Children. I'm Dhamma Bum, and I'll be your guide for today's guided meditation. And today is March 13th, Friday the 13th. Please take care of hungry ghosts and spooky guys, whatever your local traditions happen to be. Today we're going to be looking at, speaking of spooky guys, E.G.O, or edging God out. March is right intention, and that is part of the wisdom stream, or panya. And today we're going to explore. Thanks, Glenn. Sound is all okay. Great. We're going to explore one of the hazards of seeking an elevated life, which is the ego, which, try as we might, continues to give us a problem, or many problems. Fridays, we look at making amends, repairing relationships, restoring our practice. And we'd encourage people to check out the description boxes for today and other episodes. Tomorrow, about 24 hours from now, the closed caption version with a transcript will be available for folks. And we'd encourage you to take a look at that too. We do guided meditations in the hopes that it will lead to independent practice. That is, people who participate will pick up enough interest, pick up enough tips on meditation that you might want to do this in your own home, in your own garden, on your own bat. And that's not because we don't want to see what we do, but our meditation improves dramatically with practice. And we do that best on a daily basis. A reminder that meditation, the first part of our meditation is samatha, or serenity. We calm down, we get into the groove, we focus, and then about halfway through we switch to panya, or wisdom. Some people say vipassana, but it always goes in that direction. First we get serene, then we wise up. Wisdom never arises from a mind in turmoil. If it turns out this was useful, please subscribe, give us a like, comment, share with others, or consider giving us a super thanks. And on my mark. Please find yourself in a quiet spot. Spine straight, shoulders back. Lower your chin towards your chest and let your hands rest in your lap, or on your thighs, or on your knees. Close your eyes and mouth gently and imagine a ball of white light, an inch or two, 3 to 5 centimeters beneath your nostrils, and breathe in through your nose. Watch it go down past your heart to your stomach and back out the same way. Breathe in through your nose. Watch it go down past your heart to your stomach and back out the same way. Just smooth, natural breaths for you. Don't worry about how fast or slow, deep or shallow, just natural breaths for you. When outside thoughts or issues intrude, gently brush them aside, thinking, no, that's not my business. I'm focused on my breath as it goes in through my nose, down past my heart to my stomach, and back out the same way. Empty your mind. Now, today we're going to start with the Dhammapada, verses 3 through 5. He abused me, attacked me, defeated me, robbed me. For someone hostile like this, hatred does not end. He abused me, attacked me, defeated me, robbed me. For someone not hostile like this, hatred ends. For hatred never ends through hatred. By non-hate alone does it end. This is an ancient truth. So we are taught that our thoughts lead to our moods, delusions, obsessions, and we don't believe what we see what we believe, and that's why we should believe good things. On Monday, we talked about positive steps. Today, we're going to talk about E.G.O, and we meditate to help us calm our mind and tame our heart. We look at our thoughts, we examine them, we see them for what they are, and then we let them go. If we let go a little, we get a little serenity. If we let go a lot, we get a lot of serenity. And if we let go completely, that is, if we accept life on life's terms, then we find complete serenity. Before we go on, we need to discuss the human condition a moment. Our human experience consists of 5 Khandhas, or sometimes called clinging aggregates. And they are our body, our feelings, memories and perceptions, thoughts, and consciousness. And they are all impermanent, unsatisfactory, and not the self. We are taught that they are like a lump of molten lead, white hot. We cannot touch it on the top, on the sides, or the bottom. There's no place we can touch them without burning ourselves badly. So we look at them, we see them for what they are, and we let them go. Let's recall that our monkey mind and our thoughts are busy seeking attachment. And instead, we meditate and cultivate non-attachment. Today, let's focus on not edging God out. As meditators, we have 3 duties: mindfulness, collectedness, and contentment. Mindfulness. In this group, we focus on the ball of light, watch it as it goes in and back out of our nose. We listen to the Dhamma talk, not to become attached to it, but to let the words wash over us and seep into our consciousness. Our second duty is collectedness, or some people say concentration. And this just means that when outside thoughts intrude, not if, they are going to intrude. When outside thoughts, when we drift, we gently brush them aside, thinking, no, that's not my business. I'm focused on my breath as it goes in through my nose, down past my heart to my stomach, and back out the same way. And our last duty is contentment. We have a responsibility to be content. And there are other ways you can say it. You can say to be present, to achieve oneness, to be copacetic, but to be content now, not tomorrow, not the week after next, not in the next room. We need to be content now. And if we can be content right now for just a few seconds during today's meditation, then we can be content for packets of minutes throughout this weekend as we look back on our previous week, as we go through our days. In a word, I guess you could say that mindfulness, collectedness, and contentment, in a word, we might say bliss. And as we go through our weekend, we stitch together these little bubbles of bliss, and as if by magic, we wake up, we look up, wow, I have not had an angry, resentful, fearful panic attack for 3 hours. How did that happen? How indeed. That's why we meditate. Now, as we consider our past week, there will have been some interactions with others that are suboptimal, let's say. Things didn't go quite the way we thought. And so we look at those as we review our week, and we look at them with cool eyes. And here are 4 questions or things that we can take into consideration. When I'm looking at my past week and I see something I don't like, am I minimizing my part and exaggerating the part played by others? Maybe through a sense of entitlement. Maybe I thought I was entitled to this or that, and I didn't get it. 2, was I setting myself up as a victim? I know that life is impermanent, unsatisfactory, and not the self. I know that change happens. I know I'm not in charge. But did I use that as justification for my behavior? 3rd, was I expecting people to be something they are not? What did I think was going to happen? And 4th, was I expecting perfection in this life? How would you put it that way? So what we see is that expectations really are resentments under construction. We anticipate, we count on, we desire, we crave things to be the way we want them. And then when they're not, I throw a little temper tantrum. Now, as we move into the second part of our meditation, Panya, this is something we're going to do each meditation section throughout March, because this has to do with right intention. And this is Dhammapada 11 and 12. those who consider the inessential to be essential and see the essential as inessential don't reach the essential, living in the field of wrong intention. Those who know the essential to be essential and the inessential as inessential reach the essential, living in the field of right intention. So, right view, this is the world we live in. We live in a world of consequences. Leads to right intention. What am I trying to do? We should act intentionally. Now, Monday, we looked at positive measures we could take during the week. Some of them maybe we took, some of them maybe not. Today, we're looking at E.G.O, or edging God out. A devotee asked Sri Ramana Maharshi how to destroy the ego. And Maharshi replied, "Who asks this question? It is the ego." Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. And he described the following as the last trick of the ego. When seekers, people who are looking for an elevated life, you, me, anybody, when we're seeking an elevated life, at some point we come to believe that our ego is a problem. I mean, I can see that I'm the problem. I need to do something to fix my ego. And lickety split, my ego starts preening about how spiritually advanced it is. Ooh. Now, this is not right. You know, I go right back to square one. And the reason is because I'm edging God out. We have to get humble and let it go. You know, ego, the self, whatever you want to call it, cannot relieve us of the bondage of self. Only acceptance of life on life's terms can do that. So fighting the ego actually strengthens it. The ego likes that bargaining, that argument, that tussle. We need to evaporate. We need to disappear. Inviting God, good orderly direction for Buddhists, whatever it is for you, into our lives is critical to our practice. Remember, we have the three streams within the Eightfold Path. Panya, which is the wisdom stream, that's right view and right intention. And if we are looking at things correctly, if we are seeing the essential as essential, then this will lead to ethical conduct, or sila, another stream within the Eightfold Path, and that is right speech, right action, and right livelihood. And we don't have to be perfect. We can't be perfect. But if we're making a good faith effort to refrain from harming others, then we will not be living a double life. And if we are not living a double life, if we're being transparent, then and only then we can sit in samadhi, or meditation. This is the third stream. This is what we're doing now. Right effort. We go to a place at a certain time, wearing clothes that are not too restrictive, quiet enough, right mindfulness, and right concentration. And as we meditate, it occurs to us, the path is as narrow and difficult to walk as a razor's edge. We must do this carefully. And it's not what we know, it's what we do. So what's our real purpose? Our real purpose is fitting ourselves to service to God and our fellows. God and the people around us are not here to serve us. We're here to serve them. Dhammapada 407 has something to say about this. Whoever lets passion, aversion, conceit, and hypocrisy fall away like a mustard seed from the tip of an awl, I call a Brahmin. A Brahmin is a teacher or a monastic or a wise guy. And this just underscores we can never kill the ego by feeding it. Passion, we're talking about obsessions. Aversion, we're talking about hatred. Those needle-nosed schmoes, God, they've destroyed everything. I hate them. Conceit, me. And this is the problem with me deciding that I'm going to straighten my ego out. That's my ego talking. I'm straightening nothing if I turn it over to my ego. And hypocrisy, do as I say, not as I do. This is supposed to be a practice. So we practice it every day. You know, if I'm just going through the motions thinking I'm spiritual, then really all I'm doing is edging God out to feed my ego some more. Like that's necessary. So we got to learn to love what we've got instead of envying what we have not. And that includes serenity. The way is not E.G.O. It's letting go and acceptance. We could put it like this. If I've got a bottle of pills and it's got the directions on it, and I spend all morning reading the directions and studying up on the chemical reasons that this drug is effective and how it affects the body, but I don't take the medicine, I have just wasted my morning. We are encouraged to experience God on this plane of existence. So this weekend, as we go through our days, as we look back on our previous week, if we find ourselves restless, irritable, or discontent, we take a breath, step into the next room, close the door and put our earphones in, put this recording on, imagine a ball of light an inch or two below our nostrils, and we breathe in through our nose, down past our heart to our stomach, and back out the same way. Namaste. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We'll meet again on Monday, March 16th, and that's at 8:45. 8:45 a.m. Japan time. There are a lot of different time zones, and some of those zones, excuse me, are changing. Thank you, Gleno. Really appreciate it. Some of those time zones are changing. If you live in a place that changes the time, just keep in mind that this is being broadcast from the land of the rising sun. Nobody changes clocks in this country, and that includes us. So if this was useful, please subscribe, give us a like or a comment, or share this with others. Consider giving us a super thanks, and have a wonderful weekend, will you? Namaste.